folks.
Merry Christmas.
Well, the world didn't end yesterday, so we're here to say Happy Holidays.
And you better finish up your Christmas shopping.
Yeah, I don't have no Christmas shopping.
I don't got
She's
no.
done all
I
hers.
taught him to talk better than that.
What is
I
that?
don't got no Christmas
Oh, I
shopping.
thought I cussed. No, I don't have no Christmas shopping, and she's done hers. She's had plenty of Christmas shopping for this fella right here.
Yes, for Mister Furley, itty bitty little bitty baby.
This spoilt little dog.
He's not spoiled.
Yeah.
He is not.
Well, what is he then?
He's not spoiled.
Get off my fingers.
This is my baby. This is his first Christmas too. Say hello.
I just did get my Christmas hat today, and I had to cut it in the back because it's too small. Why don't they never make nothing for... Why, it seems like everything's made for petite heads.
He's got a big head. He does have a big head.
I had to slice it up in the back. Now, the other one they had there fit me good, but it had these big Mickey Mouse ears, and I was going to get that, but it was like $6. This was only $3.
$6.
Only $6 3 days before Christmas. That don't make no sense.
He should have bought the hat 2 months ago, because even before Thanksgiving, well, really at Halloween time when they start putting out the Christmas decorations, he'll go over and look at them. And that's all he does is look until a day or two before Christmas.
And by that time, they don't have nothing good left.
So he should buy it when he first sees it. I tell him this 100 times, he don't listen. Because he procrastinates. He's a procrastinator. Just like Lassie and Timmy.
Oh, God, I'm going to throw my neck out. Shit. Oops.
I'm going to let you down, Mr. Furley.
Oh, my neck. That hurt. Thanks. Who knew a little toy?
He says Merry Christmas.
Who knew a little poodle could tear you up like that? Jeez, I'm going to have to go to the hospital.
That's just old age.
Get off of there.
See, you ain't as young and spry as you used to
I'm
be.
not.
Okay, let's
I had to
see.
go to the hospital. What happened? A toy poodle attacked me. I'll end up in the asylum.
Okay, let's see what we got over here. Let's see if you're as young as you used to be, because you got to, he's got to blow something up. Mr. Furley.
Don't stab me with them scissors. I don't trust her with scissors. Since she almost cut my ear off. She almost Van Gogh'd my ear.
He said, don't cut my ear. Before he ever got the word ear out, he was screaming.
Shush.
Oh, don't yell at him.
That's what I do when I dog sit.
Shh. See, now Mr. Fry bought him a gingerbread, a punch bag. Now,
What are them big punch
let's
bags?
see how much punch
I ain't
he's
even
got.
blowed up a balloons in I don't know how many years, so we'll see.
Okay, Mr. Furley, come look at Joey. He's going to blow this up for you.
See, you might not. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, so letting it all out. We need to get one of those tire pumps. Can't do it. I can't do it. I need to break it in.
No, but you don't need to play with it right like it is, because then you'll swallow a piece of it. No, Mr. Furley, wait a minute. Santa Claus bought you something else. You gotta wait.
A little bit more. Jeez.
Okay, Mr. Furley. Mr. Furley's gonna get his Christmas early, because we gotta work on Christmas. Wait a minute, wait a minute.
But if you're a good dog, Santa Claus may leave you a nice present.
He knows it's for him. He knows it ain't for me.
Everything in this house, he knows is for him. That's right. Yeah, baby.
What is it?
You gonna hold him up while I give it to him?
You gonna hold him up while I give it to him.
Okay, don't let him see it. Now hold him up. Come here, Mr. Furley.
Do you even know what it is?
No.
It's an angry bird.
Oh, look, Mr. Furley. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, Mr. Furley! Maybe this will keep him occupied while we finish up with the video. He says, no, I can't eat it. Okay, get down. There you go, baby.
Let's give this one more try. It's gonna blow me up. So Santa Claus has come to visit. Mr. haven't seen many Santas this year. We saw a Santa at the mall the other day. It was the first Santa I've seen all
He was a
year.
good Santa, too, because he looked just like Santa Claus. He didn't look like a fake Santa.
You see some Santas with these beards. It was the first Santa I've seen since June.
Oh, yeah.
I was at work one night, or one morning, and a man came in, looked just like Santa Claus. He was dressed like casual Santa. He was wearing like green and red. And I wanted to say, you look just like Santa Claus, but I didn't say that in case that wasn't the look he was going for. And then in walks another Santa Claus, and then another Santa Claus. There was Santa Claus convention in town. They were all in town for the Santa Claus convention.
And they had to go to school to be Santa Clauses. Who knew you had to go to school to be Santa Claus?
Though old Santa really has no need for Joe, but takes him 'cause he loves him so.
You know how the name Santa Claus became?
No.
It started out as St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas was a real person who used to give, I think he was a real person, unless I'm reading wrong.
I had heard that at one time or another, St. Nicholas.
And then the Dutch called him Sinterklaas. And then I guess we hillbillies in the South changed it to Santa Claus.
What? You did that while I was gone? There it goes. Let's see if you can do it again.
Okay, we're gonna try it one more time. I was blowing on it wrong.
Oh God, Ross, don't blow it up too big. Stop.
Oh my God, it's not even
Look at it. Look, he's got the big bulge in his side. He's supposed to look like that. That's ugly.
It is. Hell.
That looks funny. It looks like udders down here instead of legs.
Leave it alone.
I don't think he wants it now that it's blowed up. Now he's gone back to his other toy. He loves that toy.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah, he loves that. He's over there shaking it around. Bless his heart. He's had tummy troubles, but he's feeling better though.
Please don't sit here and go on about how he couldn't go to the bathroom. Nobody wants to hear about that. So I thought, he is spoiled.
He's not spoiled.
Spoiled. Treated better than I was when I was his age.
Well, he acted better than he did.
He did. It does not.
He did.
I was a good child.
Most of now he was a good little boy. I'll say that. But when he got older, we had problems.
I used to love Christmas when I was a child. But I was always suspicious of Santa Claus because some just don't seem right about a big fat man letting kids sit on his lap and tell them what they want. But did you know why Santa Claus was fat? Now, Santa Claus didn't get fat until the 1800s. And I believe it's because back in the 1800s, fat, pale people were revered.
Why?
Because if you were fat and pale, it meant that you were wealthy.
I guess so. In the 1800s, if you were fat, you would be wealthy because that means you can afford to eat.
If you were pale, it meant you spent all your time indoors.
And everybody always leaves Santa
If I got in a
Claus.
time machine and went back to 1850 right now, they would pile around me and think I was beautiful.
Oh.
Hey, did you just say I was fat and pale?
I didn't say nothing about that. Those
You
words
shook
did
your
not come
head.
from me. You said they would think I was beautiful, and I shook my head yes. Now, what part of that means that I said you're fat and pale?
Let us move on.
Now listen, my children, and you shall hear a story fantastic, a story so queer.
I know when the kids was little, and we would all go to my mom's and dad's house on Christmas Eve, and all the aunts and uncles and cousins and everybody would be there, and the house would just be so full. And so Stephanie, when the kids was little, and then Stephanie was like, how old was she? Probably about 8 years old. 6, 7, 8, somewhere like that.
Somewhere like that.
Anyway.
She's my sister, her daughter.
Yeah. And Stephanie's always been a camera hog and wants to be the center of attention. Not now.
Can't even take her picture anymore.
No, but when she was little, she always wanted everybody's attention. And so she was standing there and on Christmas Eve, hey everybody! You know, and everybody just kept talking and stuff. Hey everybody! And everybody still kept talking. So, you know, my baby had something to say. So I told everybody, I said, hey everybody. And everybody looked at me. I said, Stephanie got something she wants to say. Go ahead, baby. She said, Mama was a lesbian. And she got that from an episode of The Golden Girls where Dorothy's friend Jean had came to stay with them for a week, and Jean was a lesbian. And so years later, I asked Stephanie, I said, what made you think Mama was a lesbian? She said, well, Jean was one, and I liked her, so I just figured Mama might be one too. But of course, she didn't know what it meant. And Sally slept downstairs in the bed with Mom because Dad worked third shift. And upstairs it got cold because it was in the wintertime. Of course, it was Christmas. And so Sally would sleep downstairs with Mom. And Sally said, looks like I might have to start sleeping on the couch. Dad just sitting over there shaking his head, Lord have mercy. Okay, now we're going to talk. Oh, I used to make all kinds of cookies and candy when the kids was little. I made homemade taffy. I made homemade peanut brittle. Homemade no-bake cookies. But he's got a different recipe for homemade no-bake cookies.
The easy way. If it takes more than 3 minutes to prepare, then it ain't worth it to me.
See, now my way, I had the pot on the stove and I melt the butter and the sugar
and the
cocoa,
this
the peanut
and that.
butter, and then the vanilla extract.
I'll not go through all that.
And then the oatmeal, and you stir it up, and then you spoon it on the wax paper and refrigerate it. But no, he don't do that.
Okay, we're going to do it the easy way.
So now he's going to show you how to make the candy
Okay, you're
his
gonna
way.
need 4 ingredients. You're gonna need
First, you're going to need
a bowl, microwavable, and a spoon, but you don't want to put that in the microwave. You're gonna need a microwave too, but most of you probably already have one. You're gonna need a candy bar, chocolate, of course. I use Hershey's chocolate. You're gonna need a thing of cake frosting, chocolate, of course. You're gonna need a jar of peanut butter and a thing of oatmeal. The first thing we're gonna do, I mean, I sound like Martha Stewart. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to
That's not even Martha Stewart.
Who is it?
That's Julia Child.
I was trying to be Martha Stewart. that wasn't my Julia Child impersonation. It was my Martha Stewart impersonation.
Well, Martha Stewart's not like Julia Child.
We're going to open the cake frosting and we're going to gently spoon it into the bowl.
Yeah, what does it matter if you gently spoon it or just dig it out? It's not going to make it taste any different.
This is good if you're going to a holiday party or one of them, or something like that, or you have to bring a
Christmas party.
Don't lick your fingers. Get over it. Holidays, New Year's, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever.
Just say a party then, not a holiday party.
Well, it's a party at the holidays. Then you're going to open your candy bar.
That's not a holiday.
Okay, you got your cake frosting. And you're going to break up your candy bar and put it in there. Oh, my hands are clean.
Just been looking at all, but ain't nobody gonna eat this but you and me and your sister.
Okay, you break up the candy bar, put that in there. Now, you're gonna take it and you're gonna microwave it 30-second intervals until it's liquidy.
Liquidy.
That took about 40 seconds. You could probably use a little bit more. Then you're gonna stir it up, make sure all your chocolate's melted and it's good and liquidy, and get off me, dog.
You know you're not gonna get through this without him right
Then
now.
you're gonna open up a jar of peanut butter. Then you can use the same spoon. It's all going in the same place. You're gonna.
Now, do you have to use the whole jar?
No, I always leave enough in there for a couple of sandwiches.
You would.
Or I usually take out enough for a couple of sandwiches first. Get down. Okay.
And there he goes licking his fingers again.
Well, I'm not putting my fingers in it, so it's okay.
And then we stir this.
You stir it. You put it in the microwave for another 30 seconds, and it should be right. Now we're going to stir our peanut butter, and after it's been microwaved again, and it should turn out very creamy.
Yeah, look at this. That looks good.
Here, I'll stir better. I'm a man. Tougher.
He's a boy.
If you got a mixer, you can use it, but I don't have a mixer.
And don't act like you ain't never had one.
They're just too much trouble to clean. When a spoon works just as well.
I like those little mixers that you used to just turn like this by the hand. I wish they still made them because I sure would have one.
Okay, now that's good and mixed up. Now, open your oatmeal. I have trouble with this too, like I have with that damn oatmeal. And you're gonna pour in and stir as you're pouring it in.
And about how much would you say?
Well, I would use about half of the container until you're stuff has the consistency of poo.
Until your stuff. Speaking of poo, I ain't even gonna get into Mr. Furley's problem.
I knew she was going to bring up Mr. Furley's poo while we're trying to make no-bake cookies.
Somehow this is just not the time. Yeah, this is looking good. Now, like I said, mine, when I make it, I do it on the stovetop.
And it takes an hour.
But it's still just as good.
Just as good, but why take an hour to do something just so you can have bragging rights that it was homemade?
Because?
This is homemade too. It's made at home. Well, her home, not my home. So I guess it's not homemade for me.
Yeah. Okay. You
Okay.
can stir some more if you want to.
I think that's good. Now, see, it's got the consistency of poo. Now, we're going to get a plate and some wax paper. You don't have to use wax paper, but...
You can either use the wax paper or you can cut this out. Here I am just talking.
Now,
If you don't have any wax paper, you can use the non-stick aluminum foil. That's what I like to use.
now, some people spoon them out into individual cookies, but I don't do that either because that's too time consuming. So, what I do, here, you can hold this. I just pour it out.
Maybe one giant piece of candy. But don't that take longer to get hard?
Good. I pour a little bit of it out. And I spread. This is getting to be a little bit awkward here.
We should have done this in the kitchen.
Spread it out, spread it out. Then you can put layers. Start another layer. Until your whole bowl is done. And then you've got a whole bunch of no-bake cookies, and you can cut them into individual squares and wrap them up in saran wrap. You know, like you get at the stores, like at the convenience stores, they have them up there by the counter often.
I know when he was young, he used to like those, what was they, Rice Krispie treats?
Uh-huh.
Him and his sister loved Rice Krispie treats.
One time, I was supposed to make stuff to take to school, right? And I was going to make Rice Krispie treats because they're easy. She got me puffed wheat to make my Rice Krispie. How the hell am I going to make Rice Krispie treats with puffed wheat? It wasn't, not puffed rice, puffed wheat.
Puffed wheat treats. I used to love puffed wheat.
And that's that. I put one on top just to flatten it out. Because if you try to flatten it out, just get off of there. If you try to flatten it out with a spoon, it's going to take forever. So you can just pat it out like a hamburger. Then you put it in the refrigerator to cool, and voila. Looks like a big pile of shit. But it tastes good. And if you're like me, you lick the spoon clean.
Mr. Furley just licked that spoon.
I did not. I took my own. Now this goes in here for the dishwasher.
See, now I get to clean up the mess.
Now you can use, look, I got chocolate all over my face, I know. Like a child. You can use any type of chocolate. She prefers dark chocolate. I like milk chocolate. So these were made with milk chocolate.
Dark chocolate is my absolute favorite.
Now we're gonna put it in the fridge. But as you can see, layers up. And you can slice it into bits. Or if you're like me, I just leave it in the refrigerator and I just go grab a piece every time I walk by. Okay, so I guess that's it for now. Happy holidays!
Merry Christmas! You can happy holiday all you want.